Almost cut my thumb. Actually, I did cut my thumb. Oh, that's the first time that happened. What is...
This short. Looks like, there it is. There we go. All right. Let me check my text-to-speech app, and it's not running yet. Hope I got a bit that'll fit that. Yep, I do. Go get me a box to put all the parts in. The gear's not worn out.
You broke it?
No, not yet. I'm just going to take it apart and do some modifications to it. I'd like to move this motor up here the way it was sitting, I had a really hard bend in the Bowen tube, and I wanted to try to get rid of that basically 180 degree turn that we had in the Bowen tube and try to have it go more straight down. So I'm going to rotate this over, going to move the main board over here, which I'm actually going to build a case for this eventually. And so I'm moving stuff around right now. And I also got a new Bowen tube. The Capricorn tubes, I've heard a lot of good things about them, and I've heard cheesy things about them, so I bought some of the new Capricorn tubes, and I thought I would make sure that's in the shot. There we go. I thought I would replace my Bowen tube, which is about time to replace it anyway, with a Capricorn tube and see how it works and see if there's any improvement. So I was needing to replace it anyway, so I thought I'd change it out for the new ones and see if there's any improvement or any change whatsoever. So just kind of changing things up a little bit. I hadn't really messed with this. I pretty much just print on it all the time. I don't really do anything to it. I just push print button pretty much. So I thought, well, I'll go ahead and do some modifications to it and try not to tear it up. You know how it is. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Well, I'm going to go ahead and fix it. So we'll see how that goes. See what this one goes to here. Then after I got everything halfway where I wanted at, I'm going to work on wire management. That's obviously a huge problem right now. I've been wanting to print up some wire management snakes, but I didn't want to print them up until I got it where I wanted at. It you know, there wasn't no sense in me printing everything up and then just going back and moving everything. So I wanted to get everything moved and then print up my wire management. So okay, so it was like this. Let's see how that looks here. This is how it was. And the Bowen tube came over the top like this. I can move it like this. Move it like this. Move it like this. Ooh, what about this? Ooh, that don't look bad at all right there. I can move it like that. The wire would be coming down. I could rotate this way and the wire would be going up. That wouldn't be bad right there. So how are you doing, Katori?
.3D printer.
Yep, you got it. Trying to do some reconfiguring to get some, just kind of balance it out a little bit, get a little bit of better wire management, bow and tube management, a little bit of everything out on it. It was kind of a bad configuration, so I mean, it really didn't cause any problems, but I just, you know, I had a lot of it caused it to print slow because I had to have like a lot of retraction on it and stuff like that. I mean, it printed fine, but it would cause it to retract a lot and putting a lot of strain on the drives and stuff. So I'm trying to reconfigure it a little bit and see if I could get some of the retraction off of it and maybe get a little bit more, you know, less strain on the actual devices. And then afterwards, hopefully I'll be able to print some wire management systems and
The _ SWK, hello.
Wire management systems and some cases for my electronics. Because as you can see, I kind of just have my electronics just kind of hanging out here willy-nilly, and I never have liked that, but I didn't want to put anything in a case because I never really had it the way I wanted it. So alright, so let's see what we have here.
Is that the extruder stepper you are playing with?
It is.
That sounds like a big project matter dash.
It is. And the worst part of it is it wasn't broke. My motto is if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And so I'm really going against my grain. It's really kind of ruffling my feathers, but I mean, sometimes you just got to try stuff new, or you know, you don't never get anywhere. But it really is kind of going against my grain because I'm a firm believer in if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But yet here we are. Alright, so this would go this way. But I never really have been happy with the configuration of it, and so, you know, it's always kind of been annoying me. So I thought, well, maybe I can try to get stuff more the way I'd like it to be. I had a 180-degree bend in my Bowen tube, is what it was. The way it was configured, I had a 180-degree bend, which, I mean, it isn't bad. It was the way it was actually designed, but I think I could do better. And with that 180-degree bend, I always had to have a high retraction level. I had to have like a 23-millimeter retraction on it. You know, every time that it went up a level, it'd have to back the filament up 23 millimeters, go up one level, which is what, 0.2 millimeters, and then push 23 millimeters worth of filament back down. And I mean, that's a lot of strain on that on that extrusion motor. So, you know, and it do that, you know, thousands of times per print. So, you know, it slowed it down and. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Did I just lose a screw? Don't tell me I just lost a screw. Got him. I got him. Thank goodness we're still having halfway decent eyes.
Ha ha ha, 0 songs. That is way too much.
Yeah.
Maybe you shouldn't have loose screws, mater.
I know, right? All right, now we get to put the spring in.
Don't let the spring go shooting out.
Exactly what I was thinking. If it shoots out in this room, I'll never find it again, and I don't have a spare, I don't think. Alright. The bottom one's still loose.
Which model 3D printer is that?
This is the... Is it Turvo? I always pronounce it wrong.
Next stream, Matter Dash cleans the room.
Oh, I know. Trying to find a spring. Turvo Tarantula. Alright, I think we're there. Feels like it. Alright, so we got that done. Alright, so we got all that over there. And I'll need to plug it in for this part. Let me make sure nothing's touching on the wire connections.
That looks like a ramp screen.
It is. I'm going to pull the plastic out of the hot end. If I do it correctly, I'm going to catch it at about 120, which gives me about 3 more seconds to pull this. Oh, just passed it. I'm over temp now. Shutting it down. And now in cool down mode. Gonna let it drop to about 120, then I'm gonna try to pull it again. We're at 160. $150. $140. Got a pretty clean pull. May have to do a back pull. By my clippers. Still plugged. Okay, so this is the length. Let me see if I could get a... I don't see my tape measure anywhere. Yeah, I do. The length of the old Bowen tube was 25 inches. So I did have a 25-inch Bowen tube is what I was using. And it was the standard PVLC, PVCL, you know what I mean. My new one, total length is 11 inches, and of course I'd have to make for slack, so I'm guessing probably about 14 inches for allowing for, you know, a loop somewhere. So I'm basically cutting it in half, the estimated size. There we go. That's a pretty clean pull. Let me see if I can see through it or not. I can see all the way through the head. So that's a totally clean pull there. That was 125 degree. So I should be cutting the tube by about half its original length. And I'll be changing it over to the new Teflon tubes. Now, about all these wires. Okay, these are required. This is required. I could take this one off. I'm not using it right now. So, I don't want to lose it though, so let's take it off. So I have auto leveling on my bed. However, I'm unable to use the auto leveling. So I'm removing the auto leveler from my the auto leveler sensor from my head.
You have soft auto leveling, right? Why can't you use it?
Because I can't access the Arduino code. I can't get into the Arduino code whatsoever. I can't access it at all. I can't even update the Arduino code. Every time I've tried to update, access, change, or anything the Arduino code, I get flooded with Arduino errors, and I can't access nothing. So the Arduino code that's on there is stock, and I've never been able to access it, so I can't change anything. So any changes that I make to the, let's say for instance, let's say I calibrate my extruder. I calibrate my extruder so one step equals, you know, one millimeter of filament. You know, I'm just giving an example. I have to do it all with my slicer software because I can't access the actual Arduino code to change the steps per millimeter because I can't get into the Arduino code. And so my only thing that I can think of doing is getting a whole new driver board, but there's actually nothing wrong with it. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with the driver board. The driver board's fine, and all it is it's the Marvin software. I haven't been able to...
Is that some cheap knockoff ramps?
No. No, it's not at all. It's high dollar. I mean, it works fine. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. What it is, it's the Marvin software. I've went all the way back to, what is it? You're supposed to go back to Arduino 1.6. I think it's 1.6. But every time, even if I access 1.6 and try to, I mean, let's just go to 1.6 and try to use an Arduino at Mega and try to upload the Marvin software onto an Arduino Mega, which it should load just fine because that's where it was based off of. I can't load it. I have not successfully been able to load in a Marvin software on any Arduino. So I mean, I don't know if it's just me or
Wi-Fi.
That's what I'm going to have to do, but I mean it's working fine, so I'll just take it off for now. And I don't really have a problem with the bed leveling. I mean, I manually level it and the bed's very solid, so I mean I haven't had a problem with it. But I do have I mean, right here's the sensor, top-notch sensor, and the sensor works. I ran it through just a regular stock Arduino just to see if it's working. Bed leveling works fine, but you know, manually, just off of a stock Arduino, you know, just only the leveling code, it works fine. But you know, it just, I don't know, I can't get it to work with the software, so I'll remove it for now. Let's see what else I can do here, because over time I've kind of just put stuff together and I don't really need it all just kind of hodgepodge together. Let's see what else I can do. I can remove this. Let's unplug it. I don't think I'll need it plugged in for the rest of this step. And
the Duet Wi-Fi has basically the same thing as Octoprint built in with Wi-Fi connectivity.
Okay, what's the price on them? I'll find out about it.
$169.
Yeah, I'll have to make do with this until it burns up. Alright, so I'm gonna save this plug. Let let me see if I have a... Okay, so if I take a pin header and take the middle pin out, I should be able to use a 3-pin.
I love my duets. I have 2 of them now. And they drive my 120 VAC 750 watt heat beds viaduct in SSR.
Oh, okay. Awesome. So I'm going to take a pin header, go down here, let me see if I got a partial pin header I can use. Thought I would have one. Doesn't look like I do. Alright, and I'll use a orange and black wire. And
lions roaring in the morning sun, searching for a longer day. People feeling like the light has just come. We must never stop the way. Birds chirping and I hear my name, grasping into life. Life is happy but it's so insane. We must merely make a start. Savannah, I'm coming home. Savannah.
No, not working that one. Let's see. This one over here.
The beauty of the world, Savannah. Let's all take a walk. Savannah. Light is gonna come. The birds have just begun. We will always take a stand for the people, for the land. Let's go back to
All right, let's see here.
for the animals we stand. Let's go back to when trees were swung. Kids across the land. Savannah.
Hey Mater Dash.
Yeah.
Savannah, we'll never be alone. Savannah, the beauty of the world.
Hey, what's going on, Lib TV?
Let's all take a walk. Savannah, I'm coming home. Savannah,
LEB TV Live hello.
we'll never be alone. Savannah, the beauty of the world. Savannah, let's all take a walk. Savannah,
How's it going?
I'm coming home. Savannah, we'll never be alone. Savannah.
Trying to get my tip tinned.
LOL, I just broke Fusion 360.
What did you do? How did you do it?
But gravity pulls you straight down. Earth from a bird's eye view.
Found a nasty bug in it when setting up cam operations.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
just taking a break from PCB design and fixing stupid Yink's WordPress redirecting.
But gravity pulls you straight down. When you want to get off the darkest ground, gravity pulls you straight down. Clear sky.
If you try to copy a tool off one cam file to the local library, then open another file, try to edit the tool on a cam operation, it crashes every time.
Wow. If you try to copy a tool off of one cam file, okay, to the local library, then open another file and try to edit the tool on the cam operation, okay, now that's interesting.
When you want to get off that darkest ground,
Did you report it, or because they, or have you checked the forums to see if they actually know about it and are working on it?
I just found it.
By the way, song requests are on, everybody, so if you want to request a song, feel free to. And I think games are running also, if we have enough in there. There's 6 people in here, so there might be enough for a heist or something.
It wouldn't let me request one Mater.
Oh no. Let me check, make sure it's working.
Points. SR. Coins. Dasens.
Almost, it's DASHES. Let me see, copy link. Let me go back here and here. Alright, let me go up
Look
here.
what it told me, Mater LOL. 1 dashes.
What?
Dashes.
That can't be right.
Dashes.
Currency. Points.
Dashes. Currency. Heist 6.
Okay, I have you listed as 156 points. So there may be a glitch with the bot, but I have you listed as 156 Katori. Let me check on what all is being requested here.
Yes, I have 156.
Roll C. So let's get some of this on the roll here. There we go. I'm gonna have to change my bot screen. It's just too dark. I have a hard time reading chat. Style. Dark. I don't want it dark. Oh, that's better. Legacy dark is much better. Whew, I can read stuff now. There we go. Alright, so now we got this done here. Feel the fear in my enemy's eyes. Crowds would say.
I found a mini-map in Atom. Thank you for pointing that out.
Oh, good. I hope you like it. Like I said, if you don't like it, it's easy enough to get rid of. You just hit toggle and it'll go away, so it isn't bad to get rid of. Alright, so I removed that pin. And in the process, I think I disconnected my wire, so now I get to resolder it again because I manhandled it too hard. Alright, let's try that again. Pull that off. Wild wind, doors that took me in. Sounds of drum. So I was talking to my dad on the phone the other day, last night as a matter of fact, and he said he's got a harmonizer, a voice harmonizer that's broken. He thinks it got water or moisture in it some kind of way.
What's up, Mater Dash?
And so he may be sending us that to repair. So if he does send us that to repair, then that'll be an interesting little project.
Cacole95, hello. SR.
Hello, Cole. How's it going? So if we get that to repair, that'll be an interesting little project.
Sup, Cole.
I don't know how we will get it functioning because I don't really have a speaker to run it through, so I don't know. I'll have to come up with something to be able to verify if it's harmonizing and stuff, so that'll be interesting as far as that goes. Alright, so let's say this runs up
What's
this
up,
way.
Cattery?
Runs up here. Let's say all this runs together. Alright,
ASWK.
but let's measure this off. And I think I got this zoomed in still, so let me adjust the zoom on this real quick.
That looks really cool. It's like I can smell the burning wire.
Yeah, I got this rosin. Well, I take that back. It's not rosin, it's flux. It's 99 RMA flux. And if you look, let me see if I can flatten the bottle. Look at all the dangers that are on this thing. This is not your
95 thinking about the bot. How are you?
This is not your average flux. Oh, hold on a second. Let me adjust the focus. This is not your mama's average flux. This stuff right here will just
Liquid
about
flux FTW.
This stuff will pretty much stick to anything. If you put solder, I can solder. I have soldered stainless steel with this stuff. So if it can eat through the coating on it, it'll pretty much stick to it. And the good stuff is this stuff will pretty much eat through any oxidization you can put on it. But the bad stuff is it's probably not good to breathe. So I do have fans here, and hold on a second. I'll show you one of my fans. One of. Here we go. And it runs the whole thing through a carbonated filter. And so I do have fans, so it doesn't look like the smoke is going anywhere, but it's going through ventilation fans and HEPA filters. So I'm probably catching a little bit of it through my lungs, but overall it is going through fans. But anyway, it's probably not good stuff to breathe, but generally if you can get it on the metal, it'll eat through it. And you can even tell, well, let me see if I can zoom in on this again. Let me put my hand out here. And focus.
Yes, science.
There we go. Alright, you see what it's doing to the tip of that needle? And that's a stainless steel, surgical stainless steel syringe.
I'm good.
So, yeah, this stuff isn't nothing to scoff at. But, I mean, it does the job. I was watching, who was it? The Lone Star. The one Lone Star? The only Lone Star? I can't think of his stream name right now, but I was watching the Lone Star the other day, and he was soldering with wire wrap solder.
Monistar. Theodore.
Yes, that's it. And I was telling them I have some flux that you can just drop the flux on the wire, and it'll eat right through the coating on the wire. And he's like, "Will flux do that?" I said, "I don't know if flux will do that, but I know my stuff will. My stuff will eat right through anything. You put heat on it, and it'll eat through it." So, but I thought that was pretty funny. All right, so we got our two wires here. I think I'll cut them off about here. I love watching the other Lone Star stream. He's doing something awesome with a stream deck, very similar to what I have planned. I had something very similar planned to what he's doing. He's just beating me to it. And so I don't know if I'll proceed with that or not. But, because he's kind of ahead of me now. But I had something very similar planned to what he's doing right now. And with the makeshift stream deck. Now let's go back over here. Keep our plug in case we ever need it again.
Hey there. I'm late.
Hey there, Red Hat. How's it going? We are working on the 3D printer today. Making some improvements and doing some maintenance and all kinds of things right now.
Read Cod hello. Staying warm.
Good deal. You should stay warm with the song like Sandstorm running. That's the song that's playing right now, Sandstorm. Move this over a little bit. There we go.
I like the Sandstorm remix they did for the Blood Rave in Blade 1. Desert Time LOL.
You got it. Kick the hot iron
Just
back
no
on.
sandboxes. LOL.
Hey, Red
And don't
Hat.
forget to crack a beer, or your favorite beverage, for the homies still in the mountains and sand this holiday season.
You got that right. Hey, Red Hat, why don't you go ahead and request us a song or two?
Not now.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely. Just sent off my best friend for deployment this morning. Had to drive him an hour to his drop-off point. Last time I'll be seeing him.
Oh, wow. Well, hopefully not the very last. Just the last time for a while. That's the way we want to keep it.
Nightmares creep while you and me repeat. This bittersweet heat is suffocating. I'm waiting and always hesitating.
Definitely not. We definitely will make plans when he gets out as well.
Heart on fire. Set my heart afire. Yeah.
So what are we actually doing today? Upgrading the printer, fixing it, or what?
A little bit of both. I had a few upgrades to make and decided to do some modifications to it also. A few upgrades I had was I had this new. Well, I'll tell you, I had the old Bowden tube here. I had the old white standard Bowden tube. And it was worn out. I'd been whittling on it for a long time now, and it was starting to get to where it was almost too short, so I needed to replace it. And so I decided to get a new one, and so the new one I got was the new Teflon coated ones, which I've heard both ways about. I've heard they're really good, and some people said they were really trash. So I figured I'd go ahead and try the new one, and worst case scenario, I'll just have to use them for a while until I buy an original type one. So we're upgrading to the new Bowen tube, but while I had it apart, I figured I would do some modifications to it. I had done a lot of little patchwork repairs.
Hopefully it works put with those.
Yeah, I'm hoping so too. I'd done a lot of patchwork repairs, like my fan wire had gotten cut, so I had spliced it together and just hodgepodged it together. So I'm soldering the wires and patching it up right. My Bowen extruder, which you already caught the last part of it at, but this is the extruder, the Bowen extruder. It was rotated. Let me see. Right now, let me show you the orientation of it. Right now, the Bowen tube will come down like this, and this whole unit was reversed and mounted this way over here. And so, as you can see, it had a complete 180-degree bend in the tube to come down. And so I unmounted it from here and removed it and reversed it, so now it's coming down straight down. So I removed the 180-degree bend out of it. And I'm hoping that that'll take some of the strain, because I was having to have like really long I can't think of the word now. Help me out here, chat. It was really long retractions. I was having to have like 24 millimeter retractions, which, I mean, it was printing fine, but it was just putting a lot of strain on the motor, having to retract every single time you had a retraction, you know. So I'm hoping that I'll shorten the retractions by moving it this way, and cause it to, you know, print faster. Obviously, if you only have like a 4 millimeter retraction versus a 24 millimeter retraction, I figured that ought to improve the speed of it. What else? after I get this sorted, you know, the placement of everything and the way I want it, then I'm going to start working on wire management and Bowen tube management, because I've had it all zip tied. This is all clip loose. It was all zip tied up real nice and neat, but I'd really like to have some sort of actual wire management other than just a bunch of zip ties. I'd like to have this like maybe a snake, you know, come down and over so it'll follow the carriage. And so I'd actually like to have it, you know, more cleaner. But I haven't done that because I've never really been happy with the way that it was set up before. So I'm hoping that I'll get it happy the way that it's set up, and then I'll print out some you know, some wire management, some carriages, you know, the handled wires and stuff. And so that's my ultimate goal. But I haven't, you know, I haven't even printed a case for the circuit board. I haven't printed a case for the control module, you know, because I really haven't been happy with it. I just kind of have him sitting just on the side. I have this just kind of one screw held on the top, you know, and because I haven't been happy with it. I've had it. It's been working fine, and it's been, you know, doing the job, but I haven't really improved on it because I haven't been happy with it. So I'm hoping I'll get it in a position that I'm happy with, and then I'll print everything, you know, the way I want it. So I figured, well, I'm replacing the Bowen tube and, you know, fixing up some wires, so I might as well go ahead and get things the way I want them. So that's what I'm working on right now. And I had a bunch of wires that was, you know, cut, and some things that was on there that I wasn't using and stuff like that. I had an auto leveler that I wasn't even using at all, so I figured I'd just remove that. And you know, different things like that. So I actually have some heat shrink tubing laying around here somewhere, but I'm still kind of old school. I like electrical tape, and I got some capsaicin tape I can use, some Captain tape. But I just use electrical tape. It's fine. This ain't gonna get hot anyway, so. No need in going overboard for these teeny tiny little wires. I'm gonna spin them anyway, so. But my main rule of thumb is if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And here it is, it's not broke, and I'm really fixing it. So it's kind of hard for me to do because I'm going against my normal rule of thumb. Kind of like breaking your own rules.
Do not break it, amend it.
There you go. I'm over here spinning these wires right now, so I'm out of scene right now, but I am spinning wires.
You spin the wire right baby right round with the wire clippers right round.
Something like that.
I found yesterday that one of my workers had cut a wire to the cord twice and wrapped it in electrical tape without telling anyone. Pisses me off, but it wouldn't have been a huge deal if it wasn't for the fact that the wire was to a high voltage power supply that produced multiple amps of current at 12,000 volts.
Oh gosh. What do you do? Cut the telephone line?
Face with tears of joy, face with tears of joy. What a maroon.
What was he? Was he one of them old commercials? The monkey with the what do you call it? The ladder? You remember them commercials? They'd have a monkey with a ladder out playing next to the telephone pole. I don't know if you guys remember them or not.
Macotronics, hello.
Hey there. Welcome to the stream.
Jim.
All right, time for another little piece of tape. Yeah, this stuff isn't passing nowhere near that amount of current.
Playing with wires.
All right, so here's the end results for that wire.
LOL, you would think so.
Came out pretty good, I think. Then, with these two little prongs on the end, it should just fit right into the fan plug. Whereas before, it just had two little teeny tiny wires poked in there. Now, at least it has two, mechanical hard pieces. So that should change that.
The people doing this have no idea the true power and danger of electricity.
No,
Easily
they don't.
could have killed someone if I didn't catch it.
Yeah, I used to take, when I worked in a factory, I used to take lockout tagout class. And one of the rules in lockout tagout class is everybody that works on a project, let's say person A goes up to the first machine and they lock it out and they tag it. Then later on, person B walks up and he's going to help work on the machine. He has to put his lockout on it and he has to tag it too. But people don't recognize that. They think, oh, well, it's already locked out and tagged, so I don't have to put mine on it. And so they just go over and they start working on it anyway, and that's a big no-no. Well, one day I walked up and there was 5 people working on a piece of machinery and there was only one lockout tag out on it, and they went and got caught by OSHA and everybody got fined on the machine. And they wanted to know, why did everybody get fined? There was one lockout tag out on it, and the problem is nobody else put a lockout tag out on it. And I told them, I said, well, you can't be doing that. If that one person decides to go home or clock out early and he takes his lockout tag out off, that machine's no longer locked out or tagged out. But they don't understand that. It's one of them, well, I don't know, there was already a lockout tag out on it, but they don't realize that there's thousands of volts in that machinery. And if one person, he hurts himself or something, he goes home or decides he's going to take off early or something, and then that's pretty much the end of the line for everybody else, because nobody else decided to put a lockout tag out on there. So I know exactly what you mean. I always had my lockout tag out with me. I didn't want to cause no fines, and I definitely wanted to go home that night. I didn't want to get caught dead because somebody didn't do it. Alright, so I twisted this wire. It needs to be a little bit tighter, I think. It's still a little bit loose. Get this wire twisted up a little bit more.
That'll surely teach ya. I had someone working on a piece of equipment with a big fan on it outside our shop. They never put a tag on it, and someone opened the panel to turn it on because it was getting hot in the shop.
Oh gosh.
Well, the other person was working on it outside and almost got their hands cut off.
Oh man.
Then had the audacity to come in and tell at my workers because they didn't put a lockout tango out on it.
That's a mess. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and solder coat these wires. So I'm going to tin these wires so they'll be rigid. I'm going to try to. Let's work on that. These are the heating element wires for the hot end. Yeah, I always was, well, I am. I try to follow as much rules as, possible. I mean, I take chances and stuff like everybody else, I suppose, but, for the most part, I try to. Okay, that's a bad angle. Let's see if we can get a little bit better angle. There, that's a little bit better angle. Try to follow at least the rules of common sense.
The one working on it tried to come into my shop to tell at my guys who turned it on, turned right around and went off on that person. Then told their supervisor. 10 minutes later she was cleaning her own shop and taking out the trash. Face with tears of joy. Face with tears of joy. Guess who won that fight? Okay, and I'm sure she always used a lockout tag out after that, haha.
Alright, I think that tinned up pretty good. And out we go. Over there. Okay, so now that I tinned them, they're nice and hard. They're a little bit long, so I'm going to clip this and a little bit off of them.
When I close my eyes before going
Okay, chat, remember this or type it into the chat if you can. It's A14. A14, Alpha 14.
A 14.
All
A 14.
right. Got it. That way I'll know exactly where that one goes back in. I'm going to tin this one up. This is the wires for the hotbed. There we are. Back up here. Alright, so we got that, and what was it? It was A14. There we go.
B12.
Bingo!
Face with tears of joy. Oh, horrific.
Alright, now this is the main power cable. And it's invisible. No, not quite. I just don't have it in view yet. Be funny if it was invisible. And it's invisible! This is the main power cable. It's the new invisible. It's the wireless power cable. The new and improved wireless power cable. That's what we need to do. We need to invent the wireless power cable, people.
SR.
You know what? Let's get all over that. Let's invent the wireless power cable. Tulsa, Nikolai Tulsa ain't got nothing on us.
My iPhone 8 charges wirelessly.
See, there we go.
It's just called a Tesla coil. Face with tears of joy, face with tears of joy. ITLL shoot you plenty of electricity wirelessly, haha.
There you go. All right. Back up to the top up here. Hope you all ain't getting too dizzy with all this motion.
Yes, but that is not a cable. Matter Dash wants a wireless power cable.
There you go.
You know they do make wireless tasers now, lol. True. We better get to brainstorming. Well, they are sorta wireless.
That reminds me, I need to pop open my Discord. I keep forgetting that. Every time I stream, I forget to open up my Discord. Funny thing is every time I'm gaming...
and don't forget to hydrate, MD.
Oh yeah, I do need to do that too. Every time I game, I'm on Discord, and I have a command for when I stream. It automatically opens all the programs that I normally use for streaming, and it closes all the
Hacking
things
NASA again.
I use for gaming and stuff like that. And one of the programs it closes is Discord, so I forget. I have to reset that so it don't close it. Yes, I'm hacking NASA again. All right.
Hello.
Everything's connected. Yes. How you doing? Let me check my Discord. Make sure I'm in the right channel. And I am in.
As always.
All right. Now I'm in my Discord. I'm in the general chat, by the way. Alright, so we have this done up here. Now let's take... Alright, A13 is the sensor, temp sensor for the hot end.
I fell and lost to the war, shot me dead. I was lost and I said to the voices in my head, I gotta get up again. I gotta get up.
Look at this mess. This is what I wanted to undo right here. All this tangled knots. Okay, so found a problem. Have a seat. Let's get down here. We can look at what's going on. Wire in the little plug came out. So we need to remove the little bitty plug in there. I'm hoping you guys can see what I'm doing. I'm hoping I'm still in frame. Trying to get this little plug out. Okay, that ain't gonna work, so hold on here. Alright, I'm gonna sit this here for just a minute.
You are still in frame. UT.
Thank you.
You are.
Alright, so I need a, see if I got one here. This might work. Let me get a drink before I forget. So inside here, there's these two little tabs, and right here, there's a little bitty tooth that I gotta depress. It just sounds bad. I gotta make them a very depressed little tooth. There we go. And then I gotta scoot this little tab out of there. I really don't want to depress this little guy though. I really want to encourage him, but unfortunately encouragement doesn't work. I gotta make him depressed, so. Sorry, little fella. I gotta depress you. It's a very dreary day outside. Forecast is rain all week long. Oh.
Blue Friday for him.
There it went. See, it worked. All you have to do is depress them. Now, try not to lose him. Works every time. Oh no, I pushed him in the wrong way. Okay, we're gonna have to depress him again. Hate to tell you this, but there's no such thing as Santa Claus. You're not gonna get
I love
nothing
Mater
but
Dash as a good friend.
not gonna get nothing but coal this year. Oh, see, there it went again.
Got that snowstorm moving in this weekend here.
There you go. See? Phrases like that make them very depressed. There he is. Alright, let's set this down before the other one breaks off. See, I even brought on a depressing song to help out with this situation. Now.
Ha ha ha.
Let's clear off a little piece of this bench. No tomorrow, no tomorrow. I find it kinda sad.
I love Mater Dash as a fraud.
You do, huh?
Friend.
You do, huh, MTQ? Mad world. Mad world. Hey, they feel good. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. I hope I'm still in frame. I don't want to take my eyes off of this little guy because he'll float away.
Thou Me Mad WORL is a happy song. You are. Yes. You are in frame.
Good deal. Gonna have to move to a harder surface because this one is sinking down. So I'm clearing out a piece of glass. So I don't know how it's gonna be reflective. So we'll try it over here. So now we are located on a piece of glass. Now we grab it with the tweezers. We take a knife.
I love this song.
We cut the base of it open, like surgery. It opened up, then we rocked the knife to the left, we rocked the knife to the right.
I just found out Robert Redford has a new movie.
He does?
Show us your hand.
A new movie? Let me open that up a little bit more. Okay, I got him pinned down, so let me see where I'm at.
They did surgery on piece of plastic. Piece asterisk.
There. Alright, so now we got it opened up a little bit. We can make use out of that.
Clint Eastwood does too.
Hey, see, this is the stuff you don't get on other...
BTW The Avengers Infinity War 2 trailer is now on YT. The Old Man and the Gun 2018.
This is the type of stuff you get on this stream that you don't get off of a lot of other streamers. They have replacement parts in case stuff like this happens on their streams. On my stream, this is the only part I have like this, so we have to rehabilitate the part back to life again. We can't replace ours. We have to we have to revive our parts. We can't replace. Now I actually do have more JST connectors on order, so you know it's getting there. But you know normally they just say, "Ah, cut it off. We'll just put a new one on." But yeah, we can't do that on this stream. We have the pieces of the J. I mean, I do have this thing that I just cut off a moment ago, and we could probably salvage pieces from that if we needed to, but I mean, for the most part. So that's how this stream's just slightly unique from a lot of other streamers that you might catch. Alright. Now let's put the claw to work. Come on, claw. Golly, that piece is so tiny you can't even hardly see it in the claw. There it is. There he is. Now you can see it in the claw. Now because this part is not made to be soldered, we're going to try to force it to be soldered. How are we going to do this? Well, we're going to use our super duper force stuff to be soldered together rosin. There, we put 1 drop of it on there. If 1 drop will do you, 5 will overdo you. Alright, so we got that there. Bring this one here. Alright, so we got the wire in the rosin. There we go. We got the wire in the rosin. Let me see if I can get a better angle on it here. There. And we got our solder ready to go. Let's clean the tip of our soldering iron off. We have our solder ready. We have our soldering iron ready. We're going to apply heat to the bottom metal. The rosin's going to smoke and burn. We apply the solder to the top, and it should melt. We hope. There we go. And there we are. Solder everything rosin at work. Now did we burn the wire? Nope, we didn't. But we did we did solder the clip to the claw, so that's the bad part about this rosin. I told you it solders everything. Even the stainless steel claw is no match for this rosin. Okay. Okay, so here's the final product. It don't look nice, but it is soldered. So we know that it's connected good. Now let's see if it'll fit in the plug. It goes in the plug this way. And it's in there. Alright, we got it back together.
Can't see.
Oh, sorry. I just popped it back in there. It's still got a few little wires hanging out. Oh, it's fuzzy now. Fuzzy, fuzzy, fuzzy. There we go. It still has a few little wires hanging out. I can clip them, but it popped right in there. There we go. So we should be good now. Let's zoom out. Move it back up. And it's back. Alright, so for now, let's throw a zip tie on these.
Like
Okay, undo this one.
See the lights on the other side. I'm going to get there and hope we will meet there. Going to get there and hope we will meet there.
I didn't think we could fall in love. Broken from the start, chained to our past. We had closed hearts. We are breaking free. It's just you and me. We might fall apart.
Alright, so we got all this bunched up right here. Give it a little bit of slack. We won't make that one super tight in case we need a little bit of movement on there. Alright, so we have this one set. That's looking a whole lot better anyway. Should have done this one too. Well, that'll all be done once we get a cable management system in place. Alright, so we have that done. We have these repaired. Alright, I think we're ready to put on a bone tube. Yes, I'm going to, when I bake a case, what I want to do is make a case for this, and I'd kind of like to put these two together. I don't care if it's like that. I don't care if it's like this. I'm kind of thinking like this maybe. But I haven't decided if I want them up on top. Like where that, well, you can't see that. Hold on a second. Let me adjust. There. I'm thinking I might want the circuit board and the screen up on top like that. But I haven't decided if I want it there or if I want both units off to the side, like here. Or if I want them both just sitting down on the side of the printer itself, if I want them over here on this side. But I want to put both of these units together is what I'm thinking, to print a case with both of these units together. And when I've done that, then what I want to do is print I can't think of what it's called. Is it I always call them a snake. What are they called, SWK? Like a wire snake? A wire chain. Is that it? Wire chain? It's like a plastic, and it moves in one direction and it'll move in the other direction, and all your wires go down inside of it. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Wire loom or a cable chain.
cable chain. That's it, cable chain. So I was wanting to print a cable chain for all of these wires,
chain.
and all the other ones. So that's what I was wanting to do, but I don't want to print that until I figure out where I want these units at first. And I didn't ever printed a box for this because I never liked where my extruder was.
Look at that beast. Oh, I have something for you.
So I was working on moving this first, which I just did, and I think I'm going to like it here. I want to make a couple prints with it here and make sure there's no design flaws with it being right in the middle and stuff like that. I mean, maybe when it gets really high it'll be a problem because it'll crimp, because I don't know how it's going to, you know, if the print gets kind of high, I don't know how it's going to be crimping or something. I don't know. So it may be a design flaw. I may have to rotate it 90 degrees or something. I don't know. But, because I mean, this is coming, you know, I'm going to use the old tube. This is coming straight up and straight down, right? So if it's a direct point to point, when this gets higher, it's going to start doing this. Right, and then you're gonna have what, it hitting, you know. So let me move this down so you can see what I'm talking about. When this is straight down and this is straight up, let's say I have that much slack in it, it's hard to get a angle. There we go. When this starts printing up higher and it starts moving back and forth, I mean, what is it gonna hit, you know? How is that going to, you know, how is that going to react? So I want to make a few tall prints and see how it reacts, even if I just print a tall pillar, you know, and just see how it reacts. And if it reacts all right, then I'll leave it that way, but I may have to just rotate this 90 degrees or something like that. I don't know. I may end up having to put it back over here in this corner. I'm not sure. So, because I mean, I generally don't print nothing this tall. Generally, I stay, you know, probably about this level, you know, about 100, 150 millimeters. I normally never hit maximum height, which is 200 millimeters. I've never printed nothing that tall. If I need something that tall, usually I could go diagonal and make it that way, but anyway, so I want to try it out and make sure everything's the way I want it. And if it's the way I want it, then I'm going to print a case for the screen up here. And then once I print the case, I'd like to use the wire chain and print everything for the wire chain, so it's nice and neat and I can get in and out of it as I need to. So I guess we can use the Bowen tube now. I guess we could cut it. Actually, one end of it is very straight, so I might just use the factory cut on it. You take a look at this and see what you think. That looks so straight. I don't know that I could get much straighter than that. Come around, camera, focus. That looks very straight. I might just use that straight end. Yeah.
Looks straight to me.
I might just use that straight edge on there, because I don't think I'm going to get it much straighter than what it is. That looks pretty much like a straight 90-degree angle. you know, I don't know what printers you use, but the hard part about for mine is that it's got to be just as straight can be, and if it isn't, then I think what happens is the plastic kind of curls up on one side of it, and when it does that, it kind of like plugs up the extrusion head. Oh wow, I gotta say, just from testing it, that filament sure slides down inside that tube a whole lot smoother than it does that white tube. I mean, I know this is brand new, but still, it sure slides down in there a lot easier. Alright, so let's clip this out here.
I tried to fight alone. 'Cause sometimes we just don't know.
Let me put some of this stuff away before I
We can do anything to
get any farther along.
if we just try. And as long
That
as we
away.
have our backs, whenever our foes come by. This time we will win. This time we'll have to join forces. This time we will win. This time we'll have to
Ugh,
join forces.
make me want to work back on my flying bear and get that working. Rewrote all the Marlin code for it. Yuck.
Oh wow. Well, what I kind of want to do, but I'm not that good with it.
Maybe there is a problem with the Teflon coming off.
Yeah, there could be. I don't know. All I could do is, I mean, I have enough. Honestly, I have enough of this. If this setup works, I have enough of this that I can replace this amount of tubing 6 times over again. So if that is a problem, I can replace that amount 6 times over again. So I'm just guessing, if I run, let's say 50 hours of printing, let's say 100. If I could get 100 hours of printing out of one tube, and the Teflon comes off in 100 hours of printing, and I could get 600 hours of printing through the batch of tubing I have. And if that's the case, it's worth it. I mean, it was worth the experiment. So I mean, you know, as far as that goes, it was worth the price I paid for it. So, I mean, that's all I could say. You know, you can only try.
That entire tube should be made of PTFE.
If we just try, and as long as we have our backs,
That's what it claims.
our foes come by. This time we will win. This time we'll have to join forces.
And I mean, it comes with
Not just coated in it.
its own, and they appear to be higher quality fittings. They seem to be higher quality than what what I have on me. So I mean, that's nice too. The fittings themselves seem to be higher quality than what I have with me right now. They're metal on the inside. I don't think you can see that. I'll try to get an angle on it. Hold on a second. There, you can kind of see on the inside of it, it's got little pieces of metal. You kind of see it shining in there. There we go. And most of them are plastic, or the metal isn't really that prominent. You can kind of see it's got little metal teeth in there. I'm trying to get one of my old ones off. Okay, here's one of my high quality ones. Same size. And he has metal in there also, but there, you can see it. It's still prominent in this one. Yeah, you can still see it. But they're not as grippy. They're not as they don't stick out as far, or they're not as sharp. There's a good angle. As this one is. It just looks like it doesn't stick out as far. Let me put this one away so I don't mix them up. Let me flip that back over to auto. There we go. So anyway, so this one goes up here. Alright, so let's put this one up in here. Okay, now I've always had a problem with this, so let me try to remedy that now. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can get a different camera going here. Okay, we're going to do some Dremel work now. Go try to.
Time to move. Catch you later.
Oh, just clicks to get interesting, Katori.
Chat.
Who's fixing to miss it? You're gonna get to see some sparks. You're gonna miss the better part.
Ha ha ha.
Here it goes.
Okay, I better not be late.
Alright then. Oh, there wasn't no sparks after all. It must be aluminum. It's some sort of soft metal.
Just see your palm.
Yeah, it must be some sort of soft metal because it ain't sparking at all. I thought it was going to be some sort of steel. What I'm doing is I'm taking off some of the metal. Let me move the light maybe. There we go. Taking off some of the metal from the bracket. So when we go to put this fitting on, it won't be rubbing the bracket because you can't never get the fitting in all the way because the bracket stops it because it's too close. So I'm grinding away. With a Dremel, I'm grinding away the metal. Let's see how that fits. When we go to put this fitting in, there, see, it won't go in all the way. We need a little bit more before we'll be able to put it in. Let me switch fittings real quick on the Dremel. Switching over to a full stone. Yeah, I'm thinking it must be aluminum frame because it ain't sparking at all. I thought it was going to be metal, steel kind of metal. Okay, well, if you're headed out, Katori, then I'll catch you later. Are you going to be streaming later tonight? If you are, let's get that out there real quick. My friend Katori, he streams a lot of programming. He's making a bot for Twitch chat, and he also does
that is the plan.
A lot of gaming.
But what that plan is, I am not sure. Yeah.
He's been playing a lot of really neat games. I like them a lot. And so if you get a chance, throw out a follow or at least go catch his stream. He'll probably be streaming later on this evening. I think he streams just about every night. He usually cranks up, I'm going to say about 10 or 11 o'clock in the evening on my time. And really nice streamers. So if you get a chance, have a watch at Katori and his bot. Sometimes they get in heated arguments, so it's a good thing to watch sometimes. Almost got enough sanded away. Need just a little bit more.
Thank you for the shout out.
No problem. Okay, let's try it again. Think that did it. I don't feel it hitting anything. Alright, so we got that done.
Here we go.
Dinner in 25.
Oh. Okay. We got about 25 minutes and then we'll be cutting the stream off. Ladies and gents. That was orders from headquarters.
Nice paneling.
Thank you. There we go. Forgot to switch the camera view over, so thank you for letting me know.
But Mom, I don't want to go to school. I want to stay home and bake cookies with you.
I hear you. Yeah, but
Hey
you
Mater Dash.
can't pass up good food. What's up?
Invincible.
How's it going?
What's the schedule box for on your screen for?
There is a button in the bottom. Let me pull this up. There we go. On my
LOL,
stream.
I just asked my other one half if I could keep hiding in the shop. My daughter has a friend over spending the night, LOL.
On the stream, there's a button in the bottom that you can click to get rid of it, and you click on it, and it says visible, and there's a toggle switch, and you click the toggle switch, and it'll knock it away. But what's going to happen is as soon as I get the schedule lined out, I'll have a list of the projects. Like for instance, today we're working on a 3D printer, and then the next project, next Monday, I'll be streaming maybe some Arduino, so that way you can have you can pull it up and you can see what the next project's going to be for Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And so that's what that's going to be. It's going to be a scheduling. I haven't filled it out yet because honestly, right now I don't know what I'm going to be streaming next Monday. But once when I get the parts coming in and I get the order lined out, you'll be able to pop that up and then hopefully look at what's going to be on the next schedule, what the next order is, so you'll know whether we'll be working on a 3D printer or an Arduino or tearing apart an amplifier, and of course, I mean, it's going to be tentatively, if everything goes as planned, but that's what it's going to be for. So I pulled it up, but I haven't got it filled out yet. So I haven't filled it out yet because right now I honestly don't know. I didn't even know I was going to be working on a 3D printer today. I was going to be working on some Arduino projects, but I couldn't really get my mind around what I wanted to work on the Arduino project. So I was sitting here and I was thinking, I said, you know what, I have a bunch of printer stuff I need to work on, so let's just work on the printer. So that's what I ended up doing. I was sitting here looking at the Arduino and I was thinking about sketches, and I don't know, it just didn't feel right today. So I said, I guess I'll work on a printer today. That felt more right. Sometimes you do that, you want to work on something and you just can't get the, whoops, it's all fuzzy. You just can't get the, inspiration or whatever. Can't get the gumption going to work on something in particular. So it happens sometimes, You're like, I want to work on this, but just don't feel like it today. So I looked at my printer and I said, I need to work on my printer today. So that's what I ended up doing. But you can get rid of it. It isn't stuck on the screen. Some people have been thinking it's just been stuck there, but in the bottom middle of the screen, you can get rid of it.
energy I'll conquer. In my soul, this is real. These nights are getting shorter. In my soul, this is real.
Okay, so now, who owns a 3D printer out there?
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands.
SWK, you own a 3D printer, don't you?
I own 5.
Okay, so what do you think? I shouldn't run the tube direct like this. Let's see, make sure you can see it.
Or is it 6?
I don't think I should run the tube direct like this. So what would you suggest I should do with the tube? Should I run it direct? Should I put, I shouldn't put a loop in it. A loop would be a 360-degree loop. Or do you think it'd be alright to run it direct? What do you think? Do you think it'd be alright just to run it direct like that? The only movement that the print head on this does is X and Z. The bed does the Y.
I would run the tube direct as possible, leaving enough slack for the head to move around with an extra inch or 2 of slack.
Okay. Alright, that's what I'll do then. I'll run it pretty much just like that. That should be an inch or 2 of slack. Then I'll have plenty of extra tube left. Because that's what my original thought was.
Suffer from hysteresis.
Then I started overthinking things, I think.
So the shortest and straightest the tube, the better.
Put the rest of this tube in the bag so stay nice and clean. See, that's what I had originally thought, and then I just started thinking myself out of it. Okay, so there's the new Bowden tube. It's got a slight bend in it. And this is all the way down, and of course it'll move all the way over here to the other perimeter, and it'll be all the way down. So, you know, this is for this extension to, I'm going to say 0, and then it reaches 200 over here at this point. So straight down would be the closest perimeter it has, and then it'll have 200 on that degree. Pull this wire up. Okay, let's get this in the bag. Now these are the old print settings, of course, because I haven't recalibrated anything.
What you printing?
It's just a test print. And there's a bunch of looks like aluminum dust all over the test bed, which is why it isn't sticking very well. You can see the aluminum dust on there. I didn't even wipe it off. So that's why it's not sticking very well. You can see it right here. A bunch of aluminum dust on the test bed.
Sand the floor.
I know. Exactly. I'm mainly seeing to make sure I got all my connections connected back up right. My XYZ. All the motors seem to be functioning. I'm waiting to see if the fan's going to kick on or not. It shouldn't kick on until the first layer, I think until it's 1 millimeter off. Maybe it's a 0.5 millimeter off of the test bed before the fan kicks on. So I'm waiting to see if the fan kicks on. Now the actual print, I believe, is a nickel print. This should be the nickel print. I don't know if you're familiar with it, but it prints a circle the size of a nickel. It prints a horizontal slot the size of a nickel and a vertical slot the size of a nickel. And so when the print is done, a nickel should be able to slide through the x-axis, a nickel should be able to slide through the y-axis, and a nickel should be able to sit in the circle of the XY axis, and it should be flush with a nickel, so it tests your X, Y, and Z in all parameters. So it should make a nickel size print in all dimensions. It should be a nickel thick in the Z axis. It should be a nickel wide enough, just wide enough for a nickel to drop through widthwise and lengthwise, and then it should have another slot going from the x-axis again for a nickel wide enough to drop in widthwise and lengthwise. So that's the actual print. It usually takes, I don't know, like 5 minutes or 8 minutes or something to print. Trying to think. I think I have this standardized as printing at 60 millimeters a second. I think it's printing at 60. I think that's normally where I print everything at. But you can kind of see how the shape's coming out. You got one slot one way, one slot the other, and then a circle right in the middle. The fan still is not yet kicked on. We are up 0.75 millimeters off the bed right now. See if I can get a little bit better of a view here. And adjust the focus. There we go. We are 29% done. I don't know if you could tell, but it looks like the outer walls are a little bit thick. So I think that's due to the extrusion, because it is retracting too much. So I think because of the over retraction, it's actually causing that now, because normally it does not look like that. So
I have an
think
XYZ calibration cube I use. It
right.
doesn't just help calibrate X, Y, and Z stepping, but also helps calibrate acceleration to help keep ringing down.
Right. I have that programmed in also. I'm just printing this because it only takes usually like 10 minutes or something to run. What was I going to say? it looks like the extrusion is causing a problem. So it looks like I did, well, technically I caused an extrusion problem, but that's what I was actually trying to do, because normally I don't have any extrusion problems, and now I have an extrusion problem, which means that I probably fixed my extrusion problem. A retraction problem, I'm sorry. Retraction is what I'm referring to.
Dinner is getting cold.
Oh, okay, babe. Well, I'm going to shut down the stream for now, boys. Let's see if we got any other streamers that we can raid. Hold on a second here. Let's see what we got. Well, not that he needs any help, but you guys feel like raiding Oh Bother?
Have fun. See you later.
SWK? Would you like to raid Oh Bother with me? Might as well.
This is just a must. Put me in perspective, I'm the deepest in the cut. Everybody tuning in, but this is just for us now. We know I ain't balling yet.
Go for it. TTFN.
Girl, let me see you hold it down. We gon' have a blast. Cause I just wanna know what you gonna do with all of that. Ain't gotta say a word. I know what's up. You can have it all. Watch me rip it off. I'll admit it. You got me feeling hella loved. Even when it's going down, know that we gon' live it up. Young shot caller, always been a baller. Know that you the one. I can feel it in my heart. Yeah, I won't stop charging. We going come harder. I can see you and I way beyond the stars, girl. I can never ever find the right words, and there's no way this is real life. There's no telling you're the right girl. So
Oh well, what's this?
Oh, we're fixing to go raid us an Oh Bother Rune Car Snowpan. We're just shutting down the stream. We've been working on a 3D printer all this time.
No.
Yeah.
Oh_bother stopped streaming right now.
Oh no. That's no good. Well,
Penner.
That's not good at all. I was just gonna raid him. Now what are we gonna do?
Penery.
Abort. Abort.
Peener. Come on, say it.
Well, I guess we'll just have to let AutoHost take over. We'll catch you guys
printing?
Later. I'm just printing
LOL,
a
I
test
should have
print.
waited. I replayed Mater Dash's audio while I was streaming my CNC cutting. LOL.
I'm just printing a test print right now. We've been working on my 3D printer. Let me pan out real quick. 1 second.
Raid Bioinformatics Beyonce.
There we go. Been working on my 3D printer all stream. And so we did some changed over to a new tube.
I don't know anything about that shit, but that is interesting.
Oh yeah, we upgraded a few things, we changed a bunch of stuff around, and so now we're just doing a test print to see how it comes out, and it looks like we've made some pretty good improvements overall, and so now we'll be able to do some upgrading. We'll be able to print some things for the actual printer itself, and get some cable management underway. So all this wire mess, well, you can't see all of it, but There we go. So all this wire spaghetti will be under control, and get some stuff done for the little bot. I've been printing on this thing like crazy, and I never do anything to it, so it's time for me to give it some love. So anyway, we've been doing some work to it, pretty much all stream, almost 3 hours worth, and so we got it back up and running. So now it's time to get it all sorted out, and I'm fixing to call it a stream and go get me some dinner and fill up my tummy so I don't go too hungry. And so we'll be catching you guys later. I'll be streaming Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Don't forget to keep an eye on my Twitter,
Nice
so you
cables.
can keep an eye on what we'll be streaming next time, what we'll be working on. Maybe we'll be doing some Arduino work, or we might find some other stuff in the mail that we can fix, so you never know. But till next time, guys, you keep the soldering irons hot. We'll see you all next time. Check me out on my Discord and my Twitter, and you can keep in touch then and keep the conversations going. So we'll see you guys then.
Fart you will.
Blonde hair, blue eyes, that'll make you faint on sight. But she looks like trouble.